This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, so thanks for joining this SAP ReFx Flexible Real Estate Management online training. That is a September batch 2025. So let me start it now. Okay, so here it's a first session. So in this session, my agenda is to explain first SAP ReFX and S4 HANA. Okay, then I'll explain real estate lifecycle management. So this real estate lifecycle management already I have covered in demo session. I'll just again explain the same, and all the business cases I'll take a reference from this real estate lifecycle management overview business process only. So what we'll do here, this SAP ReFX real estate life cycle management, that entire cycle we will understand in three sections. Okay, first is when you are submitting any proposal. Okay, then how to manage that, and then once proposal is approved, then how you are managing it to make it ready. Okay, and then third part is how you are managing property once your project is ready. So it is having three sections to understand that entire life cycle of real estate life cycle management. Okay, so here initial part, that proposal, and then how we are making this property ready, that two sections I'll not take much time to explain that. Okay, that is basically coming within EPPM. So one or two session I'll take from PPM, portfolio and project management, and one or two session I'll just take for to cover this construction. Okay, that how you are making property ready for use. Okay, so once it is usable, then we'll come to REFX part. Okay, then here in my today's session, I'll just explain that what activities we are covering in particular section. Okay, and I'll just make you understand that what is exactly EPPM. Okay, what is the portfolio and project management, what is project system, and then in third section, in real estate management, what exactly we are going to cover in the master data. Okay, so here then I'll explain the basic concept of master data in SAP ReFX. So here we are having two different view of master data in SAP ReFX. First is a usage view, another is a architectural view. So I'll start from usage view. First we'll understand the hierarchy, what is the object hierarchy here, and then we'll understand how to create master data in the system. Okay, and after two or three sessions, I'll explain all the functions which we need to activate to use ReFX. So some technical, more detail will go in later stage. Okay, so first of all, SAP ReFX Flexible Real Estate Management. Okay, here this module is available as a core deliverable in SAP S4HANA system. There is no additional license required for SAP ReFX. It comes as a default deliverable with SAP S4HANA. Apart from that, there is one more additional component of SAP ReFX, that is the IFRS16. Okay, that is a additional component which is coming with the additional license also. Okay, but again, the licensing strategies, it's depend on the region wise. So we are not going to focus more to understand how we are going to manage for the license perspective. Our main purpose to just understand the functionalities of ReFX, and then how we are going to use as per our business case, and then further how we are configuring the system as per the business requirement. So here what steps you will follow. First we'll understand business cases. Okay, then we'll understand with reference to these business cases whatever the transaction we need to execute in SAP ReFX, and then further whatever the configuration required to make my system ready for use. So here all these things will follow, and then we'll understand the concept of KDS, key data structure, how we are making a file, and then how we are managing to understand the requirement with business. All these things we'll cover in upcoming sessions. So here SAP ReFX Flexible Real Estate Management, it's a part of core S4HANA system, and basically this module is integrated with many other modules. Okay, so here it is SAP S4HANA ReFX, and the same module is integrated with FICO. Okay, finance and controlling, and along with that it is integrated with asset management also, which is within FICO itself. Okay, and then apart from that it is integrated with plant maintenance to manage the facilities. So once your property is ready, if you want to manage your maintenance with reference to property, then plant maintenance will help us in this case. Okay, so here SAP ReFx master data and plant maintenance master data is tightly integrated. So I'll cover that complete process of facility management, including your plant maintenance basic life cycle, uh, and then how you can create a notification, how you can create an order, how you can do the settlement from order to your real estate objects. All these things we'll understand. Okay, and another integration with project system. So here project system, let's say if you are executing a project within REFX object, in that case you need to manage your project in PS. Okay, so that part you can integrate with REFX master data also. Okay, then apart from that we are having another integration with C4C, okay, or CRM system. So CRM system, how exactly it is helping? For example, whenever you are getting any prospect, okay, prospective, in that case you can just maintain all the details of your prospect here in C4C, and you can access your REFX master data in C4C, and whatever the suitable units as per your customer requirement or as per your prospective requirement, you can search it in the system, and once it is finalized, then you can create a contract offer directly in REFX. So that that integration we can use it here. However, the similar approach we are having here directly in REFX. So as part of this course, we'll cover only the real estate search which is available here in REFX in standard system. Apart from that, there is one more integration with GIS system where you can define the coordinates of your property. Okay, and then you can manage it to see into your GIS system. That is also one integration, but these all integrations are required some enhancement in between, so I have not covered here in this slide. Similarly, in C4C also we need one enhancement in between C4C and S4HANA REFX. Okay, so this is just I have given here one understanding that C4C, what is the purpose to use, and then how exactly it is required to integrate with REFX. Conceptually, I'll go in more elaborative to explain this business case here. Okay, later stage. So here real estate life cycle management, as I explained in my demo session also, that the meaning of real estate management outside of India, it's a managing properties only. Okay, lease in and lease out and facility management, these things are coming within REFX. Okay, within real estate management, and by considering the business processes of real estate in other countries, that SAP has designed this solution. Okay, so here in REFX only we are having property management. Okay, where we can lease out our property, we can lease in property, we can manage our property, and this is going to integrate with FICO to manage your contract accounting. Okay, apart from that, how you are managing the taxes, how you are managing the different scenarios of your contract process, that we are managing here in the real estate, flexible real estate. Okay, so here you can lease in or you can lease out your equipment also. So that is also one business case which we'll cover once we reach to the contract management. Okay, but here in India, the construction plus lease in and lease out, and then property management, or you can say whatever the process which we are having in typical in real estate management process, that is a part of real estate life cycle management in India. Okay, so it is starting from your even proposal, and then it is going to the next stage to make property ready, and then once this property is ready, then how it is going to be managed. Okay, so I'll come on this slide later stage. Let me just reach to the next slide to correlate this scenario. Okay, so let us understand this business case here. Okay, there is one group of companies called ABC. Okay, and this ABC group of companies is having further legal companies like ABC Consulting, which is involving in the IT consulting and IT infrastructure project. And there is one more legal company called ABC Construction. This company is managing the construction projects. Okay. And apart from that, there is one more company called ABC Real Estate, which is managing all the property management. Okay. So generally what happened in India also, like legally, they used to have a separate companies to manage the construction and to manage the real estate. Okay. To manage the properties. So here I have taken that business case. Apart from that, in some of companies, the construction company itself can manage and construct the project itself. Okay. So here in this case, once your property is ready, okay, then this ABC Real Estate, this company is creating master data in REFX to manage it further. Okay. So let's say this ABC Real Estate, this company is having its own properties, and these properties they are going to lease out. Okay, so they are having residential properties, they are having retail shop, they are having commercial, they are having let's say some office floors, they are having some parking space. So different types of properties they are having, and these properties need to be maintained in the system as a master data. And whenever any prospect is coming for any property or lease in that case, all the details of this prospect need to be maintained in the system in business partner. Okay, so business partner, that is a one cross application object where this business partner is going to be used in different processes as a common object. Okay, we'll understand that BP also. So once all the details of that prospect is maintained in the system, and then you will ask, like this ABC Real Estate, that representative will ask the detail of the properties for this prospect is looking for. Okay, so generally we used to have the form. Okay, that some form will be there, and then it will be given to the prospect, and then he will write, or he will uh, give all the details of the properties he's looking for. For example, he's looking for 2 BHK in a particular location. Okay, so let's say he can define the sectors, cities, he can define exactly that which location he's looking these properties. So all these details will be taken into one form, and this, based on this form, these details will be maintained in the system by ABC Real Estate representative, that is a CRM person. Okay, and then based on that, system will find out the details which is suitable for this requirement. Okay, so what will happen, as we are already having master data, system will find out the suitable property and will propose it here. Okay, and once it is proposed, then it will be discussed with the prospect. So this is very initial stage how we are going to manage it here in the REFX. So this is basically ABC Real Estate initial activities which is being performed within this legal company. Okay, but when my property is ready, before that also we need to have some activities, we need to have some processes. So here in construction in India, okay, we are having both the scenarios where we are selling the properties, okay, and we are leasing out and leasing also the properties. Okay, so just take one typical scenario when we are saying we will create a proposal, we submit a proposal, and once that proposal is finalized, then we will construct this. Okay, and once it is constructed, then it will be start to lease out. Okay, I'll give you another real business case. Okay, so let's say take an example of IKEA. Okay, IKEA, or let's say any other let's say West Side. Okay, this West Side, how these people are working. Okay, so let's say this is the West Side. Okay, West Side is basically one legal company. Okay, and which is coming within a group. Okay, so here I think it's a part of Tata Group. Okay, but here I'm not mentioning it, I'm just writing here, it's a, let's say it's a ABC Group. Okay, and within this ABC Group, ABC, let's say this west side is a legal company. Okay, and this legal company, whenever they are opening any store, okay, so before opening they are having some strategies. Okay, they are having some reason to open the stores. It's not like just someone is proposing them this here, it's a very good place and then you can start this store. It is not working like that. When this best side is formed, that time itself it is decided that what is our strategies, what exactly the product or what we will sell, and in which cities and which kind of places we'll open our store. So all stage strategies they are having, whoever the competitor, all the details they are already having. So generally we are calling it as a vision and mission of the organization. Okay, and then to fulfill this vision and mission of the organization, company used to have business strategies. Okay, and to follow the business strategies to achieve vision and mission of the organization, they used to have strategic rule. So as per their business strategies, this west side is looking to expand in two tier cities of India, for example. Okay, so this is their strategies, and to follow the strategies they are having some strategic rules. So whenever any proposal is coming to open a new store, it has to be followed with all these steps. Okay, that is strategic rule need to be followed, and then the same strategic rule is going to be that these are going to support the business strategies, and further it is supporting my vision and mission of the organization. So let's say there is one strategic manager and he has proposed that let's start one new store in Lucknow. Okay, for example. So this is a proposal. What is our proposal? Start new store in Lucknow. So this is a proposal. Okay, and we are having two type of scenarios here. Okay, that is, let's say one is a company owned, another is a partner owned. Company owned means like it is going to be directly owned by company, that is a west side, and we are going to manage everything starting from making this store ready and then further how it is going to be operate. Okay, so these all things we are going to manage it. So here that is a company owned. Another is a franchisee. Let's say someone has contacted to the west side to open a store, and then he will take all the ownership. Only that partner will pay the commission or whatever the percentage of the revenue is decided, that will be paid to the west side. Okay, so here just consider a scenario when I'm saying company owned. Okay, company owned, again we'll have two business scenarios here, whether we are going to buy this property to manage this store or we are going to take it on lease. Okay, so here these all things will be decided here in the proposal stage itself. Okay, so let's say this new store we are going to start with the company owned, and we will take it on rent. Okay, we don't have our own property there in the Lucknow. What we'll do, we'll lease in one property to open this store. Okay, so lease in. So these things have been decided here in the proposal stage itself. Okay, once it is decided, then it will go to the next stage, like technically how exactly it is beneficial for us. And then once it is concluded, then it will go to the financial analysis, whether this store, whatever the investment we are doing, is it really beneficial, what will be the success factor of this project, how successfully we can execute this project here. So all the parameters and all the KPIs will be calculated accordingly. It will be decided whether we are going to proceed with this proposal or not. So once everything is finalized, then this proposal will be converted into project. So what is project here? That once proposal is ready, once proposal is approved, then it will send to the execution team, or let's say construction team, and this team will assign one project manager. Okay, and then construction will start. Construction, it doesn't mean that we are constructing this property from scratch. No, it's just interior design and all the setup, what exactly we needed for this store opening. Okay, so all the license, all the legal activities, everything need to be done in the steps. And once this project, once this store is ready, okay, then we are going to operate this store. Okay, so this is a operation will start. So here when my project is started, okay, just after proposal, once we are finalizing that this is the place, okay, and here we are going to start a new store and we have taken one property on lease. So from that point itself, my lease contract will start. Okay, so when I'm executing this project itself, that time also I'm paying the lease, I'm paying the rent to my landlord. In many cases, whenever we are having this kind of contract, we used to have some rent free period. Okay, 2 months, 3 months. So until unless my store is not ready, let's say I'll take 3 months to make it ready. So for these 3 months, I'll not pay any rent to the owner, I'll not pay any rent to the landlord. And just after opening or after certain date, okay, then my rent will start. So when I'm paying my regular rent, okay, that is my operation is going to be start from that point. However, we can create the contract starting from when you are handing over, okay, taking over property on lease and then doing the construction. And after that, once construction is ready, then you are handing over to the operation team. So this is also one business case. Okay, so this is the case where I am taking it on lease. Okay, property is belongs to landlord. Another case, let's say I am having my own property. Okay, west side, already I have done some investment in the market and I am having some properties, but I am not opening the store, okay, as a company owned. Okay, someone is asking, or some contractor vendor is contacted to us to open a store in my property. So my brand, my property, but it is vendor owned. Okay, in that case, I'll lease out my property to the vendor. Sorry, customer. I'll I'll lease out my property to the customer. Okay. So in that case, we used to call it as a partner owned. Okay, so this is the case when we are typically working in the real estate life cycle. Okay, and another scenario when if we are talking about the typical construction plus real estate company in India, for example, if you take example of let's say nowadays many companies are there. Okay, let's say Lodha Group. Okay, Lodha Group, how this group is managing their property? They are starting a project. Okay, so when they are starting any project, they are having proposal. Okay, so let's say if it's a residential project and in this project itself they are going to construct one commercial building. Okay, let's say two-story commercial building which is having some 30-40 shops, and they are going to keep ownership with them only, they are not going to sell it. Okay, however they are going to sell all the residential units, or let's say some residential units they want to sell and some they want to keep it with them and further they want to lease out. Okay, so first is the proposal. So when the project is going to start, before that proposal has to be submitted by strategic manager. Okay, so in Lodha Group there is a one proper department, okay, strategic department. All these people they are just defining the strategies. Okay, and by considering the market requirement and then trend, they are selecting a particular location and then type of project. Okay, and once it is decided, then it is going to start. So here construction will start. In construction stage itself, they are going to work with CRM team to sell their residential units. Okay, so when we want to buy, okay, let's say it is having some towers. Okay, this is a tower A, tower B, tower A, and tower B in this particular project. This is a tower B. Okay, so let's say CRM team is active now and they are just putting hoardings, and then all the marketing they are doing, and then uh, prospect will start to come to visit their site, and then they are going to decide to buy some units. Okay, so here when this prospect is buying any unit, okay, so here initially he's prospect, and then further once he's decided to buy any property, he will become a customer. Okay, so let's say customer is there, and when he's going to buy one apartment, let's say this is apartment even, and when he's going to buy it, this Lodha group of company, or Lodha, this particular company which is managing these all construction, okay, this company will have the contract with customer. Okay, and this customer will, this contract will have all the details of the payment. Okay, so here generally we used to have construction linked plan. Okay, CLP. So as and when you are achieving a milestone here in project, this customer need to pay according to that one only. Okay, apart from that, we are having down payment plan where that customer can pay all the dues in one payment itself, and another one is a flexi. So in flexi, certain dates will be decided on which this customer need to pay this amount. Okay, so this part, proposal submission, okay, and further to manage it in the construction stage, and then further how exactly it is going to manage for this construction link payments and all, this part we can manage here in the PPM and project system. Okay, PPM, that is a portfolio and project management, and PS is the project system. Here to manage the sale part, we are going to use SD, sales and distribution, and to manage all the construction. Okay, construction, which is including managing procurement of material, procurement of services, how you are going to manage your resources that different modules is going to use here. Okay, so the material management will be used to manage the procurement and service management. Sorry, the module, the same module will be used to manage your services also. Okay, and then how you are going to manage your resources, that SCM will be in the picture, integrated with PS, project system. So here completely EPPM module is going to be used. So initially I was saying PPM and then PS, then now I'm saying EPPM. Okay, so EPPM is basically, it's nothing, it's a combination of three modules. Okay, so that is a EPPM. EPPM, enterprise, portfolio and project management. So here are three modules. One is a PPM, that is a portfolio and project management. This we are going to use to submit the proposal and further to manage the resources in the system. Portfolio and project management, this another component is going to be used to manage the resources here. Okay, and then another module is called CPM, that is a commercial project management. This module will be used when we are managing the project for my customer. Okay, and apart from that, we are having PS also, project system. This is going to be used for accounting purpose. Here all the core module is going to be integrated with project system only. Apart from that, there is one more module called EPC, enterprise project connection. It's very important, EPC. This module we are going to use to integrate MSP and Primavera with project system or PPM, portfolio and project management. So this is the initial part of this flexible real estate management life cycle process. Okay, when I'm saying real estate life cycle management process, this is the initial part. Okay, once my store is ready, okay, after that, that contract management will start. So when my store is ready, I need to create master data in ReFx. Okay, so that is the point where that CRM, customer relationship management department, will create master data in system, or in many cases project department itself, they are creating a ReFx master data. So what is this, what is exactly the master data in ReFx? Okay, we need to understand, then we'll come back again here to understand these steps. Okay, because we need to just focus first that how exactly the business process is going to be followed in next step. Any question here?
Hi. I just have one question. In the example which you were using, that customer is coming here and then say customer, I mean construction link payment. That is a sale scenario and not the lease out scenario, right?
No, it's only sales scenario. It's not
Hmm.
lease out scenario.
Okay.
And this is the scenario when you are selling your unit in the stage of construction itself. Okay, once your property is ready, let's say I have my property is ready and I couldn't I couldn't sell that all the units. Okay, some of units already there. Okay, and now I have taken into my asset. Okay, let's say you have created assets for that because that full building is going to be used and you have leased out, and later stage you decided to sell some properties. So how you are going to manage that is a separate process that will not be covered here in the PS. Okay, that is your asset sale, how you are managing directly in FIC or some other areas. Clear?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, now coming to REFX. So once your property is ready, then you need to create master data in REFX. So we are having two views of master data in REFX. First is a real usage view, another is a architecture view. Okay, so here just a second. Okay, so this is the master data usage view in SAP ReFx. So let's consider one township. Okay, so here let's consider there is one township, Sunbreeze. Okay, Sunbreeze township, and this township is having many towers. Okay, let's say it is having 5 6 towers, and each towers is having let's say 10 floors, and individual floor is having let's say some 10 apartments. Okay, so how exactly it is going to be managed here in the master data and REFX? First of all, your township. Okay, this is a complete township which is having some wall. Okay, and here it is going to segregate it from other property, other townships. So in this case, where you are having that proper wall, it is township. Okay, and here in SAP REFX, we are creating it as a business entity. Okay, in short, we are calling it as a BE, business entity. Okay, and this township itself will have many buildings. Okay, so let's say this is one building. Okay, this is another building. So this is a tower A, this is a tower B. Similarly, we are having another tower C. So this means these three buildings are within township Sunbreeze. Okay, so now we need to create these individual building as a building in REFX master data, which is here. Okay, and then building A is having 10 floors, floor A, floor B, floor 1 2 3 4 5, like this way. Here in the usage view we don't have any object to represent floors. Directly we are going to represent the apartments. So let's say in first floor you are having apartment 101, 102, 103, 104, like this way, where your digit is representing exactly, first digit is representing the floors. Okay, so let's say it's a then second floor will start with 2, third floor will start the apartment numbers with 3. So like this way you can identify. So here that this individual apartment has to be created as a rental unit. So this is the sequence or the hierarchy of these objects are fixed. Okay, you cannot change it. First is business entity, and under that building is there, and under building rental unit is there. So unit is the exactly last level of hierarchy where this unit is going to be lease out or lease in. So here the property need to be managed here. And in SAP ReFX, all these master data, business entity, buildings, and rental unit all are account assignment object. This means you can post the cost and revenue with reference to these objects. Okay. And another meaning, you can lease in or lease out building also, because it is account assignment object. Same way that complete business entity also you can manage. Okay. Another direction, that within the building you can have pooled space. Okay, pooled space, let's say if you see in malls, okay, they used to have a lobby, and this lobby used to have small stalls, okay, where the vendor is taking on lease that particular area, let's say 10 square feet or 15 square feet of area, and then they are paying the rent for that. So that complete lobby, we are calling it as a pooled space. So let's say this is a lobby. Okay, so this lobby is having some area, let's say it's a 400 square meter. Okay, out of this 400 square meter, you have leased out, let's say 10 square meters of three spaces. Okay, so there's a one, there's a two, there's a three. Okay, and individual is having 10 square meter of area. So this entire area we are calling it is a pooled space, and individual area which is going to be rent out or rent in, we are calling it is a rental space. So rental space is going to be extracted from pooled space. Pooled space directly you cannot lease in or lease out. However, you can extract the rental space and you can lease in or lease out that rental space. So let's say if entire 400 square meter of pooled space, if you want to lease out or lease in that case you need to create a rental space having the same dimension, and then same you can lease in or lease out. To manage your open space, let's say any plot, any land, here we are having another object called land. Okay, so this is a fixed hierarchy, and this business entity always it will be created with reference to company code. Okay, so I'll just show you here in the system how it looks like. Okay, and then again we'll come back to understand initial part of this business process, which is a portfolio and project management. Then again we'll come back from there to REFX. Any question here?
Yes, one. That you are saying that rental units is the last in the hierarchy, right? If I
Yeah,
consider the TPS, it could be like network productivity.
yeah.
Uh, and the other question I have is regarding the land. So here in the business unit, if I want to lease out land, how can I manage that?
So this is
Do I
also this land
need
is
to
land
create
is
a rental unit for that land?
so within the land you can create a pooled space, and within pooled space you can create a rental space.
Rental. So how does it differ, rental unit and rental space? Yeah, is it the same thing in the system, rental unit and rental space?
So rental unit is having wall. However, rental
Okay,
space doesn't have the wall. So let's say if you see the shop which is having the proper wall, okay, that is
okay.
your rental unit. But if doesn't have wall, then it will become a rental space. You can see in many malls. Okay,
Right, yeah.
initially we used to have shops. Okay, and then some brand is coming. They are asking to just give us, let's say, some huge space,
Hmm,
500 square meter of area or 100,000 of square feet of area. So in
hmm,
that case, that you we used to remove all the walls, right?
hmm.
So in that case, that particular unit for which we are going to pay the rent as an individual, that we are creating as a rental space.
Okay. Parking could also be the similar example
The
because
parking is
parking
also,
area is a shared space. Okay. Got it.
yes.
Thank you.
So here, see, formally, I'll explain this again, that how exactly it is differentiating. Just my idea to make you understand what is rental space, what is rental unit. Okay, so that to just familiarize with the terminology. Okay, so same question comes: how you will identify this as a business entity? Okay, same question comes. So business entity is also having some demarcation. It is having that proper segregation from other properties, and then all the buildings supposed to be in the same premises. It should not be like you are having some let's say one area, and in between that one common road is coming, and another side one part of that same project is coming, and then further you are managing the property in another side also with the name of same business entity. Okay, system will not stop you to manage in the same business entity, but typically it is not suggested, it is not recommended to keep like this. Okay, we used to have a separate business entity if it is already segregated by any common way or any common road. Okay, that is also one scenario comes. Just let me log in into the system. I'll show you here. Technically, system will not stop you. Okay, but okay. So what happened? Like I'll just explain this understanding here. Okay, this I have seen in one of project in Gurgaon. Okay, that they are having. Okay, how this project was. Okay, this there is one builder. Okay, and this is a road, Sona Road. Okay, and here in the Sona Road there is a one plot is coming here. Let's say it's some 2 acres of plot, and another side it was here another, let's say, 6 acres of plot. So name is same. Okay, how we are calling it is, it is, let's say, Sunbreeze. Okay, Sunbreeze, and this is also Sunbreeze. Only towers are different. Okay, east and west, they are saying there's a Sunbreeze as east and Sunbreeze west. So the project name looks like same. Okay, and business entity, you can create the same business entity for entire project also. But as this common road, it is going to segregate these two properties. Okay, to you can say to part of this project, so it has to be created a separate business entity in the system. If you are creating one also, system will not stop you technically, but like how the practice we are following, that is we used to have a separate business entity in the system. Okay, we'll understand some more points to be followed in creation of master data. Okay.
Rama,
Yeah.
how is this PPM initiative and idea is integrated here in this process? Where
So it,
exactly does it come?
yeah. So here it is not going to directly integrated with your REFX object. Okay. This is only at initial part. Okay. When the proposal is going to be submitted, that is an initiative submission, right? And once your initiative is completed, initiative is approved, then you can create an item from the initiative itself. An item can be transferred as a project into PS where you are going to execute your project. Once your project is ready in project system, right? After that,
Okay.
you create an asset. Correct, and that individual asset is representing my property. Correct.
Yeah.
So that is the part where asset is representing my property in REFX. So you can create assets. Let's say if you have created one building. Okay, so building is one asset which we have already created and which is already having some values which is settled from PS to your asset, right?
Yeah.
So same value you can consider that is your property value, that is tower 1 or tower 2, tower 3 property value, right?
Yeah.
So in REFX, you will create a property and which you can directly link with the asset also. So that is also scenario.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Another, yeah,
as part of entire process, so REFX master data that we create as building comes in the last.
last. Once your property is ready, once your project is ready, when you are handing over, okay, or you are taking over the property, that is the exactly time when you are creating a master data.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here REFX is coming in within accounting. Okay, you go to the accounting. Okay, you go to the flexible real estate management. Here you can manage all the processes here. As part of this course, we are going to cover the master data, contract real estate search, okay, room reservation and long-term seating arrangement. This process is going to be obsolete soon. Accounting we will cover, okay, and we will cover service charge settlement, sale-based settlement, okay, and controlling processes, some process of controlling, and then information system, correspondence, and tools. Okay, these are some specific country region specific scenarios. Okay, and here adjustment of conditions, I'll cover one scenario here for the adjustment of conditions also. So when we are creating a master data, you come to the master data here. You can access these transaction in GUI. Apart from that, you can access in that Fury application also. Okay, so when we are accessing it through Fury Launchpad, let me show you how it looks like. So as of now, I kept all the groups here from EPPM only. Okay, portfolio and project management and project system. I will add these transactions here. You come here and go to F Finder, go to SAP menu, and I'll add one transaction called RE80. This is the transaction which we are using to manage master data in REFX. Okay, so here I'll keep it in new group. Okay, and then apart from that, I'll keep one more RECN, that is to manage our uh, change. Okay, let me just add all these REFX, REFX process contract. Basically RECN is for process contracts. Okay, so once you are coming here, let me see REFX, that is a separate group. Here in RE navigator, okay, you click here, it will take you to this transaction. So once when I was clicking on this, okay, you will see one thing here. Okay, this is a HTML application. Okay, and here this is object overview. Okay, and here in below you will see the company code. Here you can select the object exactly. Let me open here in GUI. Okay, GUI, it looks good. So REAT, it's more clear here. Okay, this is the object overview area, and here you will see selection, that is a company code, contract, business entity, land, building. Okay, so you can select here the object, okay, or action, and then here you can enter that object details. Okay, and here you will see the object name and details, and this is the right side area where you will see all the details of that object. So let's say if I want to see only some available business entity, you select here business entity. Okay, and you can see it here, system cannot determine the numbers. Let me see if some business entities are there in system. Okay, Wish Town, Delhi. Someone has created this, I have not created. So this is a business entity which is created here in the system. Okay, here in first is a business entity, and this first four digits are representing company code. So 1710, this is a company code with reference to which this business entity number 10000000 is created. Okay, and this is a name of business entity. This is valid from, valid to. Okay, in some of country, that project used to have start date and end date. If you see in Dubai, in UAE, okay, that many buildings they are having start date valid from and valid to. Okay, and this is a property address, this is a authorization group, and this is a system status and user status. Whenever we are creating any object in SAP, it is automatically showing one system status. It is automatically based on SAP settings. Okay, SAP, like how SAP is defining these status. Okay, apart from that, we can define these status, some status from the user side also, so we can manage it in user status. We'll understand in later stage. Reference factor, okay, that how exactly it is. You can identify the location. Okay, what is the regional location, what is the transport connection location, district location, maintenance distribution, neighborhood you can define. So according to that, you can identify the property. Unit of measurement, that currency, what is the area unit, total area unit, that is a volume unit, and that is a unit of length. Okay, tenancy law, so where this exactly property uh, available, okay, in which country, that what are the tenancy laws are applicable in that particular country, that we need to select it here. And next is,
Here I have one question,
yeah,
that based on the tenancy law, system is going to control or change anything, or it's just for
yes,
the
yes,
information?
yes, 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 it is going to manage some,
Okay. We'll see that later in the data, right?
yeah, yes, yes, yes. Infrastructure, okay, you can maintain here infrastructure. Okay, characteristics, and then measurement, all these things you can manage. Measurements here you can manage. Okay, so different type of measurements you can define in the system. According to that, whatever the areas is there, total area, okay, what is common area, everything you can define here. Posting parameters, what are the parameters which are which need to be followed to do the posting, that will be entered here. Partners, okay, here in partner tab, let me just change it. Okay, you can define who is the administrator, who is the technology, who is the janitor, who is the clerk, okay, who is in the administration. So all these information we are keeping here so that we can immediately find out the detail of that person to send a workflow or to send any correspondence or to send any message or to contact to them. So all these details we are keeping here. Then we are having assignment. In assignment we can assign different object like function, location, and plant maintenance. So for facility management purpose, how we are going to manage it, so same way we can assign here project, system, project also. Okay, so we need to enable that node in configuration, that will get other options also be available on this tab. Architecture, we are having usage view and another is the architectural view. So we can define architectural view hierarchy of objects, and then we can assign architecture view to usage view and usage view to architecture view. So we can link these two different hierarchy of object. Okay, so this is the tab where we can link it. A resubmission, we can take action of different transactions here. Okay, like when we are submitting any contract again. Okay, so all these things we can manage it here. Overview, system will show you all the details of individual transactions here. What is the contract here, what are the change document, what are the document created, business entities, all these things will be shown here. In left side if you see subordinate objects, okay, once you click here it will show you building. Okay, how many buildings are there? So one building is only there within this business entity. Once you click here it will show you the detail in right side. Okay, so this is the company code, this is a business entity, and this is a building. Okay, so once you are coming on the first page, first tab here, general information, company code, there's the business entity, and this is a building. If you double click here it will take you to business entity again. Now again I'm coming back to the building. Here it's the name of the building and all the details entered here. It is similar to business entity only. And under this building again you will have rental objects. Okay, go to the rental object. So there is no rental object created under this building. Okay, so I will have in next session I'll show you one complete list of the master data. Okay, I'm having some user case, okay, where business entity, building, and rental units, okay, we will create in the system. Okay, and then we'll see how we can understand the different options available or different fields and tabs available in individual master data. Okay, so coming back to here again in business entity. Okay, so once you will create rental unit, okay, and then let's say, or building, let's say if you want to rent out, renting, so in that case your contract is going to be created with reference to that object. For example, if you are taking with reference to this building, okay, whatever the contract is created, that will be available, that will show here in overview. Okay, you can see here in contract itself. So as of now when I'm clicking here, system is not showing anything because there is no contract with reference to this building. Okay, so this is the transaction, we are calling it as a RE navigator. Okay, so here apart from that business entity or building or individual master data like land, contract, rental object, architectural object, you can manage your contract also. So I'll show you one contract, available contract here in the system, how it looks like, to just give you idea. Okay, we'll go in more details to understand one by one, but my purpose is to just be familiarized with the terminology and some. Okay, this is the contract. So this is my contract which is created within company code 1710. This is my contract number. Okay, and under that if I see here in general data, fast entry, this is a contract type, leasing. So we are having typically two scenarios. One is lease in, another is a lease out. So this is the case where we are leasing in properties, okay, from my customer. This is the company code, this is the contract number, and this is a building. Okay, this is a building. With reference to that, we have created this contract. So this is a company code, there's a business entity, and this is a building, and this is a partner with a vendor account. Okay, so as we have taken it from landlord, so landlord is a vendor for us here, and we are the customer for that landlord. And if you come here in the partner, okay, this is my landlord, partner with vendor account. Okay, and here it is a typical rule, it is a standard rule TR0604. Based on that, it is going to be identified. Okay, partner with vendor account, and this is a business part number, and the supplier number. Here these are the terms, okay, from which date to which date this contract is applicable. It is for 120 months, which is starting from 1st of January 2024, and cash flow from the day one, and first posting from day one, because anything is not entered here. So this means whenever your contract is going to start and when cash flow is going to start, same day will be considered to start the contract in accounting. Okay, and here in the object, to reference to which object it is created. So this object itself can have the validity, start date and end date. We can manage these things at object level also. Measurement for this object will show here. Conditions, if any specific conditions are there, it will show here. Differing measurement, posting parameters. Okay, these are the parameters with reference to frequency, when exactly this rent need to be paid, frequently, monthly. Okay, this is cyclic amount for 30 days. This amount has to be paid in advance. So this means in starting of month itself, this amount need to be paid. Conditions. So what is the amount which need to be paid? This is the actual amount. Okay, and total amount is this one which need to be paid. So here, how exactly it need to be paid per day, it is calculated here in the system. Okay, and once it is posted, condition not yet posted. So this is not posted. So once it is posted, accounting entry will be created here in the system. With the valuation, how valuation is going to be executed in IFRS 16. Okay, so we'll see here one by one. We'll go from scratch. First, we'll understand how business functions need to be activated, and then further what are the roles, and then business partner, and then master data, and then further we'll go to the contract accounting. So this is the first session only. So I kept it to just make you understand for the business case, and then we'll go to the next session. Any question, please?
What is the master data hierarchy in REFX? Which has to be created first, and then
Yeah.
under which what comes
So,
next?
so same sequence we need to follow. First is business entity, then building, and parallel to that land, and under the building we are having rental unit and pooled space, and under pooled space we are having rental space. So same sequence need to be followed. You cannot create rental space or rental unit directly without having building or business entity. It's not an individual. It is always with reference to that other object. It's parent level object only.
Okay, contract comes in under all of these hierarchical object, or is it
Contract is
some?
separate. See, this is a fixed, this is a, let's say I'm having my one building, okay, and this building is having, let's say, 12 shops. So this 12 shops ownership is with me, okay, and it is a one time master data creation only. So now this individual shop I am going to lease out, right? So let's say one contract is going to start from 1st of January 2025 to 31st of January 31st of December 2025, and for another shop it is going to start from 1st of June to, let's say, 31st of December 2025. So individual contract, okay, it is not in the sequence how you are managing your master data and usage view. So it can be, it will be different. It is nowhere coming directly here in the hierarchy. It is separate. It's not a master data, it's a transactional data.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
Any other question?
Rama, when you say scenarios, lease in and lease out, these are the scenarios typically comes under REFX module, or else is there is any other scenario that generally comes under REFX?
This is the major understanding. Apart from that, we are having many other scenarios. Okay, facility management, we are having sale based scenario, we are having service charge settlement. Okay, but broadly, when we are looking into REFX, only lease in and lease out are there.
Okay. And you showed business entity master data. So was there any link between the plant maintenance order or project system WBS there in
Yes,
the master
yes,
data?
yes, it is there. So here, once you are coming in the business entity, okay, you will see this master data assignment. Okay, here go to, this is my business no contract. Let me go to business entity. Okay, here are take assignment, and you will see here function location, right? Here you can assign the function location. You come here, go to function location, you can select the function location, assign it here, then you can create a notification from here, maintenance notification. So here standard notification I1 is coming, and then with reference to this notification you can create a maintenance order. Are you aware about this process?
No, Rama. Actually, I am PS, so I would like to know this
Yeah,
scenario, how this works.
I'll cover this scenario end to end, don't worry. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. I'll take it from scratch, even starting from business function activation, and then different component understanding, and then master data understanding, then individual process understanding.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm stopping it for today. These